Hi everyone, this is Lisa Espinosa, spiritual career coach, award-winning author of the book Answering Your Inner Calling, and host of the podcast Soul Studio for Your Career. I am so happy to be here with you on day 9. Yes, we're here at the end of this sacred novena that we've been doing. So if this is your first time connecting with me, welcome. And if you're here watching in the United States, happy 4th of July and full moon weekend and lunar eclipse. What a wonderful, perfect time to be ending this sacred journey. If you've never connected with me before, the focus of my work is helping you to connect with your soul's guidance and be led from that place to share your soul's medicine in the most fulfilling, blessed way for yourself and others through your career, or through, if you're in between careers or you have retired, through your presence in the world. And this practice of the novena is from my book, Birthing the Priestess Within. And I know some of you have been here since the beginning. Thank you for being here and walking through this journey. If you happen to come across this video and this is the first one you watch, just go ahead and jump right in. And then I invite you to go back and watch the whole journey. You can find it here on my Facebook page or my website, lisaespinosa.net. So, hello Lorenza and Jill and Donna and everyone here that's live. Today we have, boy, have we been on, I don't want to say intense, but that's kind of a word that comes to mind. Really focused, right? Really transformative alchemical container. And we're coming here to the end, right? So today the focus is integration. Hello, Jan. So we're integrating, right? So having this integration of all of the healing that has happened through these 9 days. Now, of course, the integration will in some ways that continues through the rest of 2020, right? Like it's, however, there is a very important, significant integration that will happen today. So there's integration, there's embodying. So really these healings, these insights, this quantum leaps that you've taken to really embody them. What does that mean? That means that they're actually creating change in your life and in the life of others. That as you awaken, right? Awakening is a process. Hello, Cindy. You awaken others just by your presence, and of course through you sharing your medicine in whatever explicit ways you're called to do that. So we're really embodying as a significant medicine here on this 9th day. And what else do I want to say about embodiment? Well, it will come. So embodiment, so we have integration, embodiment, and celebration, because this was such a thorough, feels like it was a really thorough journey. Like your soul, all of your spiritual team, they used this time to do a detailed and very refined, specific expansion of your energy body, in particular your chakras, but not just that. A clearing of outdated beliefs, a resetting of your nervous system and emotional body. This doesn't mean that you necessarily have felt awesome every day of the 9-day journey. I have felt not awesome. I just want to say it's been a lot. I have really felt this container, this 9-day, and I've done a lot of 9-day journeys on my own, like for years, and then started some of you did some of the 108 names of the Divine Mother. We used to do that for 9. I did it by myself, then I invited others to do it with me. We did the Priestess Novena. I did it by myself, then I invited others to do it with me leading into Easter, and now here again doing it together with you. And I go through cycles of how novenas are for me. Sometimes they really feel like this blissed out state for those 9 days, and I can feel the energy carrying me through it. And other times, most of the times for me, it's like a very concentrated healing process. And although I can feel the grace and I can feel the blessings that are coming, I also feel all the stuff that's coming up, right? It's not, so what I'm trying to say is that it doesn't always feel easy. So if you resonate with that, I really just want you to acknowledge yourself for sticking to it, for really showing up and being here. And I also want to name that if some of you are watching this and you notice that you had resistance, maybe you came in, you skipped certain days, or you just kind of would tiptoe in at certain times. It's not said in any sort of judgment, but just for you to know, first of all, that's normal. And second of all, to say a prayer from your heart to help enhance your ability to receive and be present for your own soul. This isn't about being committed to me in any sort of way. This is about allowing yourself to go to that next level of commitment with your soul and your service. And of course, we're here in the second half of 2020. So I want to share with you, I'm so excited. Our overlighting mentor for today is Lakshmi. And in this particular oracle deck, her message is stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. Look at her. So beautiful. And she's got her hand, right? Her mudra. It's like, stop. Don't indulge in worry. Now, one of my teachers talks about indulging in emotions, which I really find helpful. And just like you can indulge in chocolate or sugar or alcohol or whatever that sometimes, that could not be good for us, we can indulge in habits of the mind. We can indulge in confusion. We can indulge in worry. And remember, yesterday you had a really amazing clearing of the mind, of those addictions of our thoughts and unconscious patterns. And that's still unfolding. So we have Lakshmi and we have our three overlighting mentors, Kali, Hestia, and Our Lady of Guadalupe. So let's kind of see them. So Kali Ma, Hestia, and Our Lady of Guadalupe. All right, so we know they are here, and I just feel them surrounding us with ready with fireworks. Of course, how amazing, right? There's literally going to be fireworks all over the place today. So fireworks and divine confetti and all of that, but there's still, it's like it's kind of like when somebody's getting ready to throw you a party, but they're like a surprise party, except we know. But they're like, shh, quiet. Hold on. Just hold on to all the sparklers. Hold on to all the confetti. Wait, don't play the music yet. So that's how they are. That's how this space feels to me. Like all of our guides here, but they're like, hold on. We have this final 9-minute sitting together, right? This really important integration and embodiment. And then it's like, and they're ready to shower us with their celebration. So let's go ahead and take some nice cleansing breaths. And as you do that, really allow yourself to visualize all your 7 main chakras, main energy centers, right? And let's start actually from the top down. So we have the crown, the third eye, right? The throat, the heart, the solar plexus, sacral, root. And as we breathe in and out, I'm hearing the guidance to let ourselves feel the expansion. So what's happening today is there's a deep connection between all, an enhanced connection that's happening between all of our energy centers, our chakras, our meridians, the other chakras that are on our body that are not just those 7 main ones, our auric field and the layers of the auric field. So as we breathe in and out, just give yourself permission to expand to the next level, your energy body. And as your energy body expands to the next level, your physical body starts to align with that expansion. Remember, form always follows energy, right? So as we work on our energy body, it's not separate from our physical body. So as we expand our energy body, our physical body is continuing to align with that expansion. So allow that to happen. Just give permission for it to happen. You don't need to know how it's happening. And if there's anything you do need to know, your soul will let you know. So letting that happen, And as that continues, just let's allow our roots, our energy roots, right? Because they went through a huge expansion. Just allow them to drop quickly to the heart of the earth, the center of the earth. So you want this to start to be your default setting. That you walk through the earth, you walk through your life, that grounded. That you feel the heart of the earth merging with your roots. And that when you're not, it's going to feel so uncomfortable that you're going to be like, well, what is going on? And then you're going to remember to pause and ground and root. That's how important this is. And this isn't just when you're, if for those of you who are teacher, who are offering classes or, it's not just for special occasions. When I was preparing for today, before, I'm always early, so I sat here. I usually sit here many minutes before it's time to just kind of like, I do my meditation beforehand, but I just kind of sit here to make sure all is right and just kind of, so I try to do that. And I kid you not, probably had to get up like 10 times because I would be sitting here and would think like, oh my gosh, I forgot this or I forgot that. And I was getting really irritated. And then as I was getting up again to do one more thing, like I hadn't turned on all the lights, and I heard my soul say, everything is sacred. Everything is sacred. Remember that the preparation for everything I do to prepare for this. And I don't mean just the sending reminders in my newsletter or, all the obvious preparation of meditation and prayer and all of that, but also the mundane preparation, right? The mundane preparation of bringing this little table here to hold my sage. The mundane preparation of making sure I have my timer here and that I charged it so that I can, turn it on when it's time for our 9-minute journey, to decide on the oracle decks and get them out of the box. There's hundreds of steps, and my parts can get very irritated with them and feel very worn, kind of like weighed down. There can be this thought of like, if I could just kind of like just land in my seat and just do the presentation or do the channeling, do the offering. And yet my soul was saying it's all divine. Like it's all divine. And when I heard that, I was like, okay, it's all divine. Like, how is this all divine? But I was really stepped into this other space, and I realized that this is what we're being initiated, what we have been initiated into these 9 days. That it's not just when those quote unquote big things happen, is how we go through our day moment by moment. That's the place when we get off track. So there is something about these roots for you to just let them drop, go into the heart of the earth, and know how quickly that can happen for you. Not because you're rushing, not because you don't have time, but because you've practiced it and because it is your ongoing prayer that you are grounded and you are connected to the earth, and that whatever divine guidance and downloads you are receiving, they are blessing your life, the life of those people you love and that you serve, and the planet itself. So that's what's happening. And let's go ahead and extend our roots to connect with each other. All of you who are here live, all of you who will watch the recording, whenever you watch the recording, let's connect our roots to this. So this grid work of roots, grid work of light. And so beautiful as we do this, I see that the Ascended Masters, including of course Kalima, Hestia, Our Lady of Guadalupe, Lakshmi, Green Tara, very present, any other Ascended Master you connect with, Kuan Yin, Mother Mary, Isis, Hathor, Jesus, they are, I've never seen this before. It's like they did the same thing we did, even though they don't have a physical body. So whatever, I'm not even gonna want to logically understand how this is happening, but they have dropped their energetic roots into the earth along with us, and they've created this wider network of roots to support our roots. So here we have this amazing higher level of support from the Ascended Masters for each of our journeys and for our collective group energy through this as we come to the end of the journey. So let's welcome all of their medicine. And what they're sharing with us is that the reason I love Ascended Masters, working with them, like Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Kuan Yin, these ascended masters had human lives. They lived many human lives. They went through struggles like we went through. I mean, think about the times Mother Mary lived in. I mean, oh my gosh, there was so much stuff happening, right? So they are, as they share their roots with us, they're saying that they are sharing their medicine of those lifetimes, like our lifetime right now, where not only is the planet going through an evolution and ascension process, I really believe we are training to be ascended masters ourselves. That we are training, and I do believe we have a choice. So when we transition, we might decide we don't want to do that. We want to do, merge with the divine or whatever it is. But I also feel that many of us know that just like the ascended masters, like the bodhisattvas, right, have taken a vow of like, even when I am done with all my journey through humanity, learning my lessons, when I cross the veil, I'm going to be devoted to humanity, to help everybody wake up and remember who they are. And I really believe that many of us, and if you're watching this, that's kind of what we're here for. We're preparing for that time. So thank you, Ascended Masters, that they are embracing our roots with their support and love and understanding of how difficult and challenging this journey can be. So let's breathe all of that in. And again, let's let that happen naturally. Like, oh, it's like, of course, let that happen naturally. Like you can drop your roots into the heart of the earth and you can breathe in that energy so naturally, just like you breathe in oxygen. And thank you, Jill, for saying that. Absolutely. And I want to say I have a little chrysocolla crystal here, and I really feel that stone with us today. So we welcome the medicine of chrysocolla and turquoise and jade, lots of blues and greens, which I guess is why I'm wearing blues and greens. So we welcome that energy. We're so grounded. And with the Ascended Masters having shared their roots with us, they are saying it's like they're expanding the container so we can receive more than we could have even together as a group. So now, as we breathe in that energy, let it go through all your energy centers. And as that happens, what I'm hearing is let your own soul guide you, guide this activation. There's an added activation right now happening. And notice which of your energy centers, which of your chakras, your soul is really lighting up for the next half of 2020. So this is what I want you to know. We talk a lot about balancing the chakras, and that is important for sure. However, it is a myth. It is not true that balancing chakras means they are all the same size. That does not make any sense. We're all, first of all, we go through cycles. We also are all different. We have different medicine. For some of us, our heart chakra might be a dominant one always, and it doesn't mean that we're out of balance. What I'm hearing is for the second half of 2020, and there's so many miracles available for the second half of 2020, so much transformation, and so much intense energy, right? In the second half of 2020, you might be feeling it already. So we are creating this. So your soul is wanting to, the word that's coming is like an armor, right? Your energy body is your armor, but not in a sense of like a wall, but your armor in the sense of you can walk through the world, through all this confusion and illusion, and not be bombarded and weighed down by it. And because of that, your soul is saying there's going to be certain chakras. And in fact, this is what I'm hearing. So let's all pause and ask the question for the next 3 months. So I mean July, August, September. And what I'm hearing is, even though we're doing this for the rest of 2020, it's a nice pace to chunk it by 3 months. Be very present for those 3 months, and as those 3 months unfold, the next 3 months you'll receive guidance about it. So right now in this moment, bring your hands to your heart as your soul continues this activation that's happening right now. And just ask, beautiful soul, beautiful divine, what chakras are really going to be important for me these next 3 months, meaning July, August, September. And just let your soul show you. Maybe you'll see one of them lighting up more, or maybe it'll be more than one, or maybe you don't hear anything yet. That's okay, but just asking the question, show me which chakras, the next 3 months are going to be particularly important. Of course, they all are, but there's something about those that are really lighting up for you. So just let that awareness come. And as that happens, Kali Ma enters the space, and she's just it's so interesting. Her energy right now, it's like a lot calmer. The other day she was like fiery and she had that flame, or whenever that day was. But now she kind of looks like a woman who's just cleaned her house really well, and she's like, all right, she's looking at her work, and she's like, this looks good, and she's kind of like looking at it to see if there's anything she missed. That's how she it's almost like her hands are on her waist, and she's looking at you, at each of us, and she's like, where do I need to go and clear a little bit more? So let Kali Ma do that right now. She's just scanning your body, she's scanning your energy centers, she's scanning your aura, your meridians, and she's just going there to do just some final touches that she's saying she couldn't do the other day. Actually, I'm hearing her say, because that level had to happen first. And now that it's settled some, she can kind of see and just allow her to do any final, last touches of her clearing energy. And as that happens, just allow yourself to receive it. And she's being very gentle and powerful at the same time, right? So even what she's saying is that as your energy body gets more refined, there's an interesting thing that happens. Whereas before, certain things might have not bothered you, as your energy becomes more refined, you become more sensitive, right? I know many of you have experienced this already. So things that before maybe didn't bother you or weren't such a big deal or didn't affect your energy body, suddenly it's like, whoa, now it feels like this huge thing. It's like, picture, like if you just cleaned your, I don't know why housework's coming up so much, but you just cleaned your living room and it looked so beautiful, and then like a big glob of, even if it was a little glob of mud is on the floor, you would notice it right away, whereas before it might blend in, right? So this is what she's saying. And so what's interesting, of course, there's the obvious like food and media that you may watch, social media, just being so mindful of how much time we spend on social media. And again, not to throw this blanket on like, oh, social media is awful, it's horrible. No, look what we're doing in social media. Social media absolutely is going to be a vehicle for miracles. And there's a lot on there, so being mindful for that. But there's, what is she saying? I'm just going to be quiet for a few breaths here. Just let yourself receive. And she's asking you to breathe. Just let yourself breathe in and breathe out. And she's working a lot on the adrenals right now and the kidneys. So just let yourself breathe in and out. And she's just resetting the adrenals and the kidneys, the spleen. There's a lot in those areas right now. And she's just kind of traveling through the meridians, bringing her beautiful medicine. And as that happens, just let her continue to do that. As I invite you to welcome all of your guardian angels here, all of your divine teachers, all of your ascended masters that are here with you, and ask them to surround you. And of course, we have this wide circle of empowerment around our whole group. And we welcome the light of the divine, of God, of source, of goddess, of the creator, creatrix, whatever, the great mystery, whatever your name for that is, that energy of unconditional love. And as we've done every day of the journey, visualize that circle around you, your hands with those flames, right? Initiation by fire started our 9-day journey. So see that circle of light that surrounds you. Remembering what I said yesterday, that is how intimate God knows you, right? That God knows your name, Source knows your name, the universe knows everything you need and everything you've gone through. And everything you're here to create, knows the details of your legacy of love, which you've already been creating. And then the wider circle around our whole group, all of you here live, all of you watching the recording. And just feel that love and protection, that energy of sovereignty and grace. That is the theme, right, of this 9-day container, this 9-day journey. And as Kalima continues to travel through your meridians, just allow it to happen. Hestia steps forward. And she's just bringing a very simple, beautiful light to your third eye, your forehead here. And I just see her like she brings her hands just like here. And as she does that, she's reminding you that you are home. You are always home. That you are your own sanctuary. She is saying this is the ultimate healing of codependency. This knowing that you are whole within yourself. And of course, the divine paradox, the divine feminine paradox, which was another theme that came up during this 9-day journey, is that you are whole. You don't need anybody else to complete you. You are meant to be your own sanctuary, your own advocate, your own lover, your own beloved. And we are all one. When we engage with somebody else, it could be a holy relationship, a holy moment, a holy interaction when we remember, oh, we are one. So it's that divine feminine paradox always shows up for us. So she is bringing that activation in your third eye, that you are home, you are always home. And as you let yourself embody that, you will remind others by your presence that is true for them as well. And she is saying there's also, of course, a blessing for your physical home. So if there's any issues with your physical home, if you're doing home repairs, if you're considering moving, if you're not comfortable in your home, whatever it is, our soul understands that we are in the earth plane. So just welcome and receive a beautiful activation and healing of your home, your physical home. So in fact, I'm being guided for you to pause and bring your hands to your heart and just ask the divine right now in your soul for any help you need around your physical home. And if there isn't anything, just say, continue blessing my home. But just be in silence for a few moments. And let's all just have this intimate conversation with God and know that right now Source is hearing you. It's like, just tell me, what do you need for your home to be that external sanctuary that mirrors your internal sanctuary? So let's be in silence for a few moments. And just receive that blessing in your heart. You don't need to know how it is happening for you to receive it. And as we move on to Our Lady of Guadalupe, as Kalima is still traveling through your meridians, so just keep allowing that to happen. Our Lady of Guadalupe shows up. And so let me see. So they're working very closely together today. So Kalima, meridians, and energy body. Hestia just brought this beautiful blessing for your inner home and outer home. And now Our Lady of Guadalupe comes in. And let's see, what is she doing here? I mean, what is her message? So let yourself be present with her. Her cloak of stars has been so prevalent during these 9 days. So she has a gift for each of you. And if you're not aware of it now, when we sit in for the 9 minutes, it'll become clear. It's like a graduation present. That's what she's saying. It's like you have graduated. This is a graduation. And although you're not receiving like a physical certificate or diploma, you are receiving these beautiful spiritual diplomas and certificates from the Ascended Masters and your own soul. So Our Lady of Guadalupe has a graduation present for each of you. And just let yourself envision her in front of you. And I do see her, you know, it's like she has her cloak, but she takes one just like hers and she's like folding it. And she's handing each of us our own cloak of stars. So that's one that we all get to have. And then there's something in particular for you. So really just to allow yourself to be with the Divine Mother right now, Our Lady of Guadalupe, in her form as Our Lady of Guadalupe. And she's saying, just ask her, what is my gift? What is the gift you're giving me, Our Lady of Guadalupe? And some of you, she's saying, have a hard time receiving. So please let that go right now. If there's any part of you that feels unworthy or whatever blocks you have to receiving, just be aware of them, have compassion for them, and in this moment say, I am open to receive all the blessings that are here for me. I am open to receive all the blessings that are here for me. I am open to receive all the blessings that are here for me. So let Our Lady of Guadalupe give you your graduation present. And I see for some of you, still hovering over you. There's still some resistance to receiving. So again, if you have the courage in this moment to just say that prayer of like, I am willing to receive all the blessings that are here for me. And your soul, of course, is in charge. Your soul knows that there's, it seems like for some of you, there's this fear that it's going to require a sacrifice. It's really interesting that there's a fear that you're going to be asked to sacrifice something. That's like an old myth that God, from religion, that God requires sacrifice to prove our commitment and all of that. That is so not what is here. So Green Tara is stepping up really clearly, and Isis, to clear any remnants of trauma you've had through religion in this or any lifetime that has made you believe that in order to be loved by God, you need to sacrifice, you need to prove yourself, that you're a sinner, that you're unworthy, that if you receive, there's going to be some awful thing that happens later, whatever, all this stuff. So Green Tara and Isis are here just to lift off any of that religious dogma that has harmed you in any way. They're saying they're not removing beautiful spiritual traditions and whatever. If you are connected to a religion that really speaks to you, that's awesome. This is just releasing religious dogma and religious forms of control. Remember, this is a sovereignty and grace journey. So they are clearing anything that is preventing you in this moment to receive all of the blessings that the divine has for you. So just let that happen and receive your blessings. And what I'm hearing is that some of these blessings are it's like they're so awesome. Oh my gosh, it's like you're receiving these blessings now, but they're also like, we're spreading it out through the rest of 2020. So just to be open to, like, you'll know, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is one of those other blessings that was waiting for me. So just being open to that, and being open to noticing them when they happen and receiving them when they happen, and being generous when you're being guided to be generous, because you will never lose out by being generous. It will come back to you 100, 1,000-fold. So that's an important message right now. So Kalima's continuing to work on your meridians, so just let that happen. You know what this reminds me of? Like when I used to take my kids to get shots, and or any sort of physical exam that would freak them out, and the doctor's like, here's a lollipop, or tell me about the favorite cartoon you watched, or what. It's almost like Kali doesn't want us to, like, she's like, it's okay, I'm doing this, just continue talking to all the other ascended masters in your soul. I'm going to continue doing this work. You don't need to like totally focus on it, because there's a lot happening, a lot on your kidneys, a lot on your adrenals, a lot of healing that fight or flight response. So clearing that so that you can be this steady. Remember yesterday, I think it was, when that message, you are meant to be a steady, consistent light through all the madness that seems to happen in the world at times, and that will seem to be happening as we unfold to the rest of 2020. A steady, consistent light. Steady, consistent light. First for yourself. So let's see. Yeah, we need to go to the 9 minutes. They're being very precise. They always are, but there's like a real step-by-step energy that's coming through today. So let's go ahead and get ready to sit on the infinity point. Lakshmi is stepping forward. And Lakshmi bringing her message of stop worrying. You don't need to worry. Everything is going to be fine. And her message of abundance and prosperity and luxury, which can sound so anti-spiritual, right? Like that's another burden of religion, right? It can sound so like, ew, wealth, luxury, that's so bad. That means I'm a bad person. This is not true. Yes, can that be used for terrible things? Of course. That has nothing to do with the actual form. So Lakshmi is coming in, and she's bringing this medicine about scarcity and lack, specifically around money. This is really specifically coming about money and financial freedom and stability. That's really important. She's really bringing this message right now. And she is saying that all of you have big purposes, have a lot to do in this lifetime, have already done a lot. And you will need support, and you will need support. You're not meant to do it alone. And she's saying that many priestesses, remember this is from my priestess book. What is a priestess? Somebody who's answering the call to be a channel of unconditional love. And she's saying that there are so many priestesses out there who go lifetime after lifetime not stepping into their divine purpose because they have not healed this scarcity consciousness, because they let that hold them back from seeking the support they need, from investing, having the money to invest in what they need. So she is coming here to heal that whatever that we're holding, we're carrying, so that you can be open to have the financial support that you need to invest in what you need. That is really coming very strongly right now, for you to have the trust and faith that you are divinely supported always. She's showing me people's bank accounts. Not that I'm looking at your individual bank accounts, but that's what's coming up. And she's saying, don't be fooled by your bank account, by the numbers there. That is one representation. Source is your source. So yeah, she is like really strong. So let's get on our infinity point, because I feel like the Ascended Masters could literally be here for 3 hours. I get all this good. So they're saying, okay, yes, we're ready. So get your candle as we sit one last time for 9 minutes together for this integration and expansion, this embodiment, this celebration. All of these ascended masters and angels are holding their balloons and confetti like, okay, we can't wait. Let's do this. So I'm so excited. I can hardly hold it because it's so hot, but look at how low I'm finally almost done with the resistance. So here's my candle. I'm gonna have to put it down as we do this because it's really, really hot. So let's do our prayer. And as you sit on that infinity point, right, we have here on the infinity point, allow that infinity point to travel up and down at least a few times when we're in the 9 minute space to do this. And it might spin also to do this divine integration and connection and enhancement that you need it's like bringing it all together. All right, so let's do this. As this candle burns, my soul within me burns. As this wax melts, resistance in me melts. 9 days too clear, lifetimes of fear. As I give, I receive. As I heal, I am healed. Doors open, I walk through. I am ready for the new. Abundance flows with ease and grace, for I have finally found my place. So sit on that point. Let me get the timer ready. So let's get ready and begin. Just start taking some nice cleansing breaths. And stretch your body. Whatever you need to do as we connect back with each other. And I felt I felt like they were washing my hair. It was so interesting, like a lot here, but yeah, there was so much happening. But we are here. We completed our last 90 journey. So here we have all of the ascended masters and angels and everybody just like, wow, celebrating. And what I was hearing is, I was in the 9 minutes that, you know, for those of you who will be around where fireworks will be happening, I know around my house they've been doing fireworks for months. That every time you hear them, every time we hear them, a reminder of how grateful the Ascended Masters are for your journey and how their acknowledgement of you and the celebration of you, of who you are and this journey and your commitment, not just these 9 days, but all that you've gone through your whole life and your commitment. So I'm hearing if you have any time today, it could take a minute where you do like a recommitting ceremony to your purpose and to be led from your soul's guidance as you move forward through the rest of 2020, right? So let's wait, what was another thing I was gonna say? There was another thing and I can't remember, but feel free to share anything there. And I know we're going a little over than usual, but it's graduation. That's how graduations are, right? They go longer, except this year, which then they were shorter, but many times. I hope to see you in any of my upcoming things, you know, probably virtually. So many synchronicities. Yeah, so much love. Thank you. And actually, you know what? Before we do anything else, let's just do a quick sealing of everybody's energy here as we disconnect our roots from each other. We do that quickly. It happens. It's becoming our default. And we're in our own space, ready to embody these new energies. So let yourself be led on what physical practices, exercise, you know, things that might be new to you or things you might have done already. But I'm seeing lots of like very grounding things to do with your body to help as you kind of, there's going to be a little bit of a transition period, right? To embody these energies. Thank you, Jan. All right, crystals. Let's see, crystal angels. 2 popped up. Clear quartz. Let yourself feel all your emotions. Your entire rainbow spectrum of feelings is sending you important messages and guidance. Look at this. And what I'm hearing with this is, do not judge yourself if after this when you have those deep emotions, some that you feeling, some that you might not like, don't go to the place of like, oh, I just did this 9-day journey and now I'm feeling blah blah blah. We're human, we're gonna feel those things, right? It's like, let yourself feel them, have compassion for them. And with this expanded energy body, remember, you're gonna have more space so that you're not so flooded by them, so that you can have compassion and let it pass or be with it, be a divine witness for yourself. So clear quartz. Jill says, I've done the last 4 walking outside and then sitting under a tree. Beautiful. Love that. And then kyanite. Make time for self-care. Taking care of yourself is essential right now. I could have written this. I didn't. But like, this is like kyanite. Self-care. So let yourself feel all your emotions and self-care. This is not the time to be stingy with yourself about self-care, right? Okay, Gateway Oracle. Beautiful. Dwelling in truth. I stand in the light of truth. Yes, Jill, you're right. 2 storm crystals. Look at this. I stand in the light of truth. That is your divine light. You are standing in truth. Beautiful. And our final Earth Warriors card. Love this deck. You are all beautiful Earth Warriors, right? Warriors of peace and love and truth. courage. Okay, like they all want to turn around. One, what's the one? All right. Love this. Kanini. In each other, we find ourselves. Look at this beautiful image. And this is actually the image of the cover of the deck, which I always think that is so special. And this is number 42. Look at that. See what your eye is drawn to. As if I had multiple arms, it would be really helpful right now. All right, here we go. So let's see. All right, here we go, everyone. There is a spiritual purpose that only you can fulfill. Does that sound familiar? Okay, anyway. As you move forward on your journey, you create space for others to move along behind you. And as the ones ahead of you move forward, so too does room open up for your expansion. Firework number 1, woohoo, yes! Upon this earth, we are all building the sacred temple, each fulfilling our tasks as we assist and support each other in our collective divine mission. How can you help with your heart more actively engaged? So that's a great question for you to reflect on, right? How can you help with your heart more actively engaged? I know for me, the last few days have become so clear that my soul is saying I have to allow myself to receive more love. That was a real surprising message for me. Because, usually it's like love more, and there was this really like, let yourself receive more love. And I've been aware of places where I resist that. So just really allow yourself to answer that question. How can I help? How can you help with your heart most actively engage? So let's see. And it says, what can you offer which inspires and energizes you so much that others are uplifted in your presence? Look at that really interesting question. What can you offer which inspires and energizes you? It's not saying which inspires and energizes others. It's saying which inspires and energizes you so much that others are uplifted in your presence. This is why your divine purpose so often feels like, how could I get paid for this? Like, I love doing this. That's how you know you're doing the work you're meant to do, right? So let me just see the prayer. Sorry, I had to put the card down. Okay, so this is the prayer. We'll just say it and we'll end with this. Yes, we are whole and we are one. Divine paradox, thank you. May all beings know peace, divine love, and merciful protection. May each one of us know true belonging and fulfill our sacred purpose with open hearts and willing minds. So be it. Let me read that again. May all beings know peace, divine love, and merciful protection. May each one of us know true belonging and fulfill our sacred purpose with open hearts and willing minds. So be it. Yes, and so it is, right? Thank you, everyone. Congratulations on your graduation. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, whatever this weekend, however you're celebrating, or take time to celebrate yourself and receive all of the blessings that are here for you, because when you are blessed, the world is blessed. Bye, everyone. So be it. Yes. Bye. Have a great rest of your day. And I'll be sending out in my newsletter invitations to lots of cool stuff that's happening. All right. Bye. See ya.